Ladies and gentlemen, this might be my first video, cause I probably gotta get it out by draft day. But this is not my first recording. And all my recordings have been either Madden or NHL 26. But after that Blockbuster Dexter Lawrence trade, this entire board was just shaken up. So we gotta make some big changes. So let's go by all. Let's enter a solo draft. Alright, this is clearly going to be the hardest pick. I really see the Raiders taking David Bailey. Nah, I'm just kidding. Get the hell out of here. Okay, if there is a certain player who you guys think is better than another player at that same position, I don't really care. I'm just going off the rankings. Except for this one pick, because the Jets have been heavily linked to Arvell Reese this whole time. Yes, the Cardinals could easily take David Bailey. Yes, a team could easily trade up for David Bailey. I see them taking Francis Mauigoa. Because I see the Cardinals and the Dolphins as two teams who are trying to take next year. And we already saw it in free agency. The Cardinals care about the O-line. They signed Isaac. I don't even want to say that last name, so I'm just going to continue on, but you know who I'm talking about. If you want to have your franchise quarterback succeed, you need a pillar offensive tackle. And you already got a really solid offensive tackle in Paris Johnson. Now let's finish the job. The next pick, Tennessee Titans. Yes, they could easily take him. But they just traded for an edge rusher. And they literally drafted an edge rusher last year. And I think they gotta give that guy a shot. So, then the pick should be Carnell Tate. But then you realize you got Wandale, Calvin Ridley, and then the two rookies from last year. I mean, you got DK, I.O. Banner, and then you really don't need Carnell Tate. But what you got, Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. That's just not going to do it. And if you really want your franchise quarterback to develop, you want a running game threat. Because if the defense is using their game plan to address Cam Ward right now and his development, then just use Jeremiah Love. But if they're planning Jeremiah Love, they're trying to stop the run. That gives Cam Ward so much better opportunity to flourish. And I think the Titans will see that and draft Jeremiah Love. The New York Giants. Are they going to take Carnell Tate? Are they going to take David Bailey? Nope. They don't need an edge rusher. They got... I mean, if Myles Garrett wasn't a beast, people would be saying, oh, Brian Burns had a Defensive Player of the Year season. He had the second or third most amount of sacks. He went absolutely insane. And then you got Abdul Carter. Hey, nice jersey number, by the way. But then you don't need him. So then the pick should be Carnell Tate. But should it? The Giants' weakness last year was not a wide receiver. And with Malik Nabers coming back, I don't think that you waste a top 5 pick on a receiver. Which is why they have the 10th overall pick. Because if Carnell Tate drops to 10, maybe they'll take him. Or not. They could take Mansour Delayed, Caleb Downs. Who knows? But last year, when I was watching the game, there were two major issues on defense. Stopping the run and stopping big plays. They need a shutdown number one corner and a do-it-all linebacker who can be anywhere on the field in terms of his speed, athleticism, and tackling abilities, which is why I'm going Sonny Styles. Cardinal Tate's the obvious pick, don't really need to explain much. But now the Commanders are in a weird spot. As you can see by their needs, they need a receiver. They're not really going to get a center at 10, or 7. Jeez. Then they also need safety. They do not need edge rusher. I think in this position right here, if David Bailey is supposedly the second best player in the draft, I see a team trading up for him. And I see that team. This is weird. This is very weird. But the Saints are definitely going to draft an edge rusher. In my head. Some might say they draft Delane. I say the Cowboys trade up. Look, they got so many draft picks. They got some expendable picks. So I'm going to say the 12th overall pick and a Dallas second along with the 92nd overall pick. That might seem like an overpay, but David Bailey is 1000% worth it. And you know what? Maybe it is an overpay, so I'm going to put that in. So the Commanders, they trade up 50 picks here. They trade down 5 picks here and get a second. Seems like an even deal. Because what the Commanders had on that board, they did not need. So I'm going David Bailey to the Dallas Cowboys. As you can see, number one need, edge. Ruben Bain, that's the pick. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are just like, The big idea, based on this board, people are saying Delane. I don't really know, though. Because when you go to defense and you go to corner, you got Delane, McCoy, Hood, Sis, Avion Terrell, Pons, Chris Johnson, Keith Abney, even Julian Neal, Malik Muhammad. These guys could be studs. This is a deep cornerback class. And when the Chiefs have pick 29, where they can get Sis, Hood, Terrell, or even a guy like Pons, Johnson, Abney in the second round, do you really go Delane at 10? At 9? This is my most controversial pick of the entire mock draft. Chiefs need edge. You're not getting them. Chiefs need a corner. Mansour Delane, Jermon McCoy. Not getting either. Chiefs need offensive tackle. Monroe Freeling, Spencer Fano, right on the board. You're not getting them. Tight end. You're not drafting a tight end at 9. And wide receiver. Oh, you got Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson. You're not getting them. What the Chiefs need in terms of edge, is blitz. They need blitz help. But they also lost Leo Chanel. So they need some blitz improvement, linebacking improvement, and they lost a lot of DBs. And you know what that kind of sounds like to me? A DB who can offer run support and blitz, as in a sub linebacking defensive back, Wink, wink. The Chiefs are getting Caleb Downs. Yep. Yep. Now the Giants are in a weird spot. They have Paulson and Debo locked down. Like on a contract, not playing defense locked down. They got Paulson and Debo. Drew Phillips, he was insane. He's a great slot corner. Greg Newsome. That's your big three. But Delane would do so good. I so badly wanted the Giants to trade back and get Mansour Delane when I saw we had the 5th pick. And we didn't trade down, but we have the 10th pick. Well, when I look at this board, the Giants aren't really in a room to trade back. The Giants have been heavily linked to Jordan Tyson. You know, let's just take a look at this. 6'2", 203, you know, that's fantastic. And the Giants could get a corner, round 2. Just look at Mansour Delane, dude. This is just... I think I'm going to be wrong here. I think it's just my passion for the team and what I want them to take versus who I think they're going to take. I think I just ruined my mock draft right here, and they're going to go Jordan Tyson. But I'm not clicking that button. I'm not clicking that button. I respect Jordan Tyson. I like Jordan Tyson. But we don't need him right now. We need corner. And now the Dolphins are just like, alright, they're going Makai Lemon. Out of USC. Because if they're trying to be sold on Malik Willis, they're trying to get him a receiver. And they have multiple picks. Like, 30, you could get a quarter there. And with the best one off the board, you're more relaxed. Now the Commanders, they're like, okay, one of the big 3 is still there. And what do? They draft him. If the Giants took wide receiver, this Commanders trade would be terrible. But luckily for them, it's okay. The Rams are on the board. Was there any doubt? No. Alright, the screen just froze for a second. The Ravens on the board. I think they take Ola. Very simple pick. Alright, the screen's a little slow right now. Alright. We got the Bucs on the board. Their biggest problem for a long time has been edge rushing. And I think they're just going to go Kendrick Falk. Jets, they're in an interesting spot. They took Arvell Reese. And with the big three receivers gone in this new draft, I think they should take Jeremiah McCoy. Their defense has literally been a meme. And they just got two of the best players in the entire draft on defense. And the Lions, I'm just going to make this very simple. They don't need anything more than an offensive tackle. I think the Vikings take Dylan Tianneman. It's always been them and DBs. And I think they've built enough around Kyler and this offense that I think you just focus on the defensive weakness. I think there is a world where the Vikings take Peter Woods right here with a smile on their face. Not this one. Okay, I have no idea what happened. Taylor Moton and Ike Ekwonu, I thought they're both fine. Like, I feel like Ike Ekwonu still has potential. They shouldn't give up on him. I don't think we take a tackle here. Who's we? I think Derek Brown is really good. I'm not... Again, if we're in a different world, and that world, the Vikings aren't taking Peter Woods, again, the Panthers could still take Peter Woods. But here's my hot take. The Panthers need to build around Bryce Young. That's not the take. They drafted T-Mac. They got good running back, solid running back. Rico Dowdle left. Still have Chuba Hubbard. When you look at this team, you say, okay, solid RB1, WR1 set for the future. Got solid very mid supporting cast. Because outside of that, who's your next guy? Xavier Legette? If T-Mac is getting double covered, who are you throwing the ball to? Which is why I am... No, I'm not taking Omar Cooper. I'm taking Kenyon Sadiq. I think he would completely transform this Panthers offense and aerial attack. Jeez. It's like when that Nets player hit a half-court shot. Oh! Now with the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I think this is the... Netflix? How the hell did I get to Netflix, dog? They obviously took David. When I look at the Cowboys board, they don't need anything. And when I look at everyone else, I'm looking at Cleveland. They traded away their offensive tackle. I think the Cowboys trade up and trade down. And if you really think Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, one of those two people, that's your guy, build around him then. And with the addition of the 70th overall pick, the Cowboys are just like, alright, And that's your blockbuster second trade. All the trades have featured the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. I think I'm giving them a main character syndrome. But yeah, they're taking Caleb Lomu. Why not? And here's my other take. I've had some interesting takes today. The Steelers are in a spot where unless one of the big three receivers fall to them, or that Ola, just Ola, I'm just going to call him that, or some crazy linebacker, like any of these position needs, if one of the big guys fall to them, draft them. But they haven't fallen. They have not had a drastic collapse. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. There is no debate. Love him or hate him. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it. And there is no other quarterback right now that you would rather take advice from, learn from the quarterback standpoint. Just learning how to play quarterback, nothing off the field. Like, Aaron Rodgers is that guy. And as of now, is Aaron Rodgers even on the team? I know Steelers fans have PTSD. You're just like, don't Kenny Pickett this. I can't guarantee that you won't Kenny Pickett this, but there's no other player that you guys should take. Okay, here we go. Can't Caden Proctor convert to guard? Yeah, he doesn't have elite range, mobility, or flexibility. His impact starter upside inside at guard. I don't want to mess up this mock draft, but I thought Caden Proctor could be converted to guard. And you know what? He's getting converted to guard. Isn't Akeem Mesidor like 25? I mean, 25 is like your prime. So okay. This feels stupid. You know what? I see two really active GMs. The Eagles don't see the Cowboys or the Bears as a threat to draft whoever they're going after. I think literally acquiring pick 29 or 129, I think that's actually worth it. Bears need Peter Woods. Peter Woods on the board. Enough said. Again, I think the Cowboys are going to go off the board. I think they take C.J. Allen or Jacob Rodriguez, whoever you guys think is better, or whoever Jerry Jones thinks is better. Now the Cowboys have an explosive defense. All right. I just don't see them. I just don't see the Eagles taking a 25-year-old. So I'm going to have them take Zion Young. Like, yeah. Oh, wow. Omar Cooper's on the board. Should the Bills take him? No. This is not a hot take whatsoever. The offense is not the problem. The receivers were fine, but they play spread. They are the Packers. They're literally the Packers. And based on how, literally, like, at this spot, or really close to this spot, didn't the Bills trade up? Or no, they were already here. No, they traded back and took, at pick 33. Bills fans, cover your ears. Keon Coleman. They do not. They are not happy about that pick. Does he still have potential? Yes. Are they going to take Emmanuel McNeil-Warren? No. So what are they going to take? Are they going to take a trade? I'm stumped. They don't need a corner. They don't need a tackle. Receiver shouldn't be a first-round draft pick for them anymore. They don't need a D-tackle. I don't think they should take Akeem Bezador. T.J. Parker out of Clemson is pick. Okay, so they have Ricky Pearsall and Mike Evans. That's not enough. And now the Texans, they were scared. The Eagles and the 49ers were drafting before them. They were just like, no, don't do it. This Minnesota is still on the board. That is the pick. Unless Chris Jones gets traded in a blockbuster move, I don't see what she's making it done. Unless he's still trading up for Kenny Done. And everyone needs to do all Giants. Their Giants might take a stab or snipe at Kenny Done the second round early. Maybe he does. And who knows? Yeah, I'm going to do that for the next. I don't know. The Dolphins. Who did they already pick? Brandon Six is the pick. I really think the Patriots are still going to trade for AJ Brown. Infrastructure is not really there. Third first pick, I don't really see who they can take here. Guess who's I they all fall down. Oh, no, I need all orange. Here's the full draft. One trade, two trades, three trades, four trades. We have four first round trades. We had some hot takes such as the Pirates found Noah over David Bailey. Some styles were hard to but the Cowboys traded up and second round division rival. Chiefs taking Caleb Downs, Giants not taking Jordan Tyson. The Steelers actually drafting Ty Simpson. The Panthers taking Kenyon Sadiq. The Bills not taking Casey Conception or Omar Cooper. The Giants trading up for Cam